Well, it's been a while since I've done an update here in the greenhouse. It's mid-March, and I think it's been about a month and a half since our last update, and that update was discussing this trout pond we have down here, and the fact that we had a bow that had developed in this wall where I had not put enough support in the wall, and a crack developed in the polycarbonate window, and it became evident we needed to deal with it. So we've rebuilt the pond, moved the window higher. It's got quite a bit more support in the wall. Luckily, we had most of the lumber here around the property. If you've paid attention to lumber prices, you don't want to be buying lumber right now. But anyway, as we began filling it up so that I could give you an update with this thing running, we found a leak. So figured, well, I'll do a video and give you an update so you can see the good with the bad. We found a leak right on that window. That window has been a challenge, but I really do want to have fish in this greenhouse. I want the natural fertilizer that we get from fish water and fish waste. When we get this pond up and running, after we get the leak fixed, I'll give you a thorough walkthrough of our aquaponics. But we've got a trout pond there. We put a strawberry trellis up on top. It's got a water feature. This all ties together and circulates with one pump, but I'll give you a better update when it's up and running so you can see what it looks like. Real quickly, update on some of the trees and plants. The tomatoes really got through the winter just fine. We left some there just to see what would happen, and they've just kept on going. Artichokes have been producing really well through the winter. I had no idea that these plants got so big. Some of them are 4 feet tall, but lots of artichokes, more than we can manage, which is good. Had a persimmon tree in the ground that I thought had died, so I put it in a pot just to kind of nurse it, and it has come back really well. So I'm happy about that. It's a star fruit. A Washington navel right here. It's got some new fruit on it. Mango, small mango tree. This is a small blood orange tree. I left one fruit on it. You can see it's about ready to harvest. Normally, probably advisable to take off any fruit if it doesn't naturally fall off, just so these small trees can focus on growth and not producing fruit, but really wanted to see what one of those looks like. This is a pomegranate that I rescued from my yard. Nursery said it would grow in our zone 6B, but 2 years in the yard and I thought it was dead. So last fall I moved it here to the greenhouse and it has really come back well. Got some flowers on this pomegranate and some fruit starting to appear, which is fun. In this back north grow bed, we really had a lot of luck with beets, with carrots, with chard, arugula, romaine lettuce, spinach. Just no problem at all growing during the winter. We put some beans back there too. I can see we've got some beans back there. One of the projects that we're doing right now is we're trying to grow things that we can trellis up the ceiling so that we can naturally dapple the light this summer to help us with the heat problem. So this is the passion fruit. We've kind of been slowly trellising it down the ceiling. We'll cut it back in the fall, but we're gonna let it creep along the window to help us with the light and heat problem. We've also been growing tomatoes. We'll grow the tomatoes up the window. We planted some cucumbers as well, some beans. Gonna try some different varieties and see if we can get them to really grow up this window and help us manage the heat of summer, keep it a little cooler in here so that we're not pushing dry heat through our geothermal pipes and our fans. It's a fig. I won't show you everything in here, but citrus do really, really well in here. These are more beets. Bananas did not grow much this winter. They really want to be above 65 to grow through the winter, so they largely stayed the same. They will grow this summer again, so they're taking their own sweet time. Here's more artichokes. Didn't show you the dragon fruit. We've got to start taking some cuttings from that dragon fruit. This is a pepper plant that volunteered in this pot, and we left it alone, and it's had some really beautiful dark purple peppers that we've taken and thrown in things like salsa. These tomato plants that we've planted along the perimeter of this south grow bed, we started them in the grow room by seed and brought them out here a couple weeks ago. Pineapple. This is a sun sugar variety tomato that volunteered in a pot, and we moved it over to this south grow bed wall where we'll trellis it up the ceiling. We'll prune it really heavy on the bottom so that we can continue to use these grow beds for other things. I tried a dragon fruit from seed. Better to take cuttings, but I was curious what it would take. Tried some strawberries from seed as well. Well, that's a quick update. I won't bore you with everything in here. We'll try to do more regular updates in the future and show you some of the other projects that we're doing. And of course, when we get that trout pond up and running, we'll walk you through the aquaponics. One other thing I probably ought to mention is we have brought in some bees, some mason bees. Thought it'd be good to bring them in February. When it warms up a little bit, we're actually going to open up some vents here for spring to encourage other pollinators to come in here. But that's a quick tour for now. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback. We welcome all of it, and we'll keep you updated as we go.